Food is essential for the normal life, growth, and development of every living organism. The plants and marine algae manufacture their own food with the help of carbon dioxide and water in presence of sunlight as per the following equation. This equation is related to photosynthesis but is also known as the equation of life because in this process, oxygen is given out which is necessary for respiration and respiration is essential for life. Man depends for food on agriculture, fish, and animals. Primitive man of Stone Age was a hunter and food gatherer. Gradually, when he got afraid of some animals, he started agriculture and animal husbandry. These days, man depends upon 3 types of natural food resources. They are vegetation, animals, and minerals. Under vegetation, we have cereals, vegetables, tubers, fruits, and mushroom. In animals, we have meat, fish, eggs, milk, and honey. And in minerals, we have common salt. The most important source being cereals like rice, wheat, maize, jawar, and bajra. Actually, 80% of world population depends upon the agriculture as a source of food. Traditional agriculture. Traditional agriculture does not yield the quantity that can meet the demands of growing population of India. Therefore, modern agriculture based on Green Revolution was started in 1960 and onwards by Norman Borlaug. Due to this, India became self-sufficient in food resources, but modern agriculture is unsustainable and it pollutes our environment due to excess use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides. According to FAO, that is Food and Agricultural Organization, sustainable agriculture is that which does not degrade environment. It is economically viable and socially acceptable. Most of our large farms grow single crop, that is monoculture. If this crop is attacked by a pest or by some natural calamity like hailstorm or frost, the whole crop is ruined, leaving the farmer with no income. Actually this year, that is 2011, farmers at some places have committed suicide because of the failure of crop due to bad weather. If the farmer grows several different crops and carries on organic farming and uses bio-insecticides like neem, the chances of complete failure are lowered to a great extent. This is called integrated crop management. World food problem. About 80% of the world population depends upon cereals as staple food. In many developing countries where populations are expanding rapidly, the production of food is unable to keep pace with the growing demand. Long back, the famous economist Malthus had warned by pointing out that population is increasing in geometrical ratio while the food is increasing in arithmetical ratio. Hence, a time will come when there shall be a shortage of food. Today, 64 of the 105 developing countries have less food production as compared to their population growth level. At world level, about 80 crore population is facing the problem of scarcity of food, out of which 20 crores are children.
It is estimated that 18 million people worldwide, most of whom are children, die each year due to starvation and malnutrition, and many others suffer a variety of dietary deficiencies.
Every year, about 8 to 10 crores are added to world population. The following chart gives an idea regarding the population growth at world level. From the chart, it becomes clear that the rapid growth in population started in 1900 and became more brisk after 1950. About 75% of the world population lives in developing countries where production of cereals is gradually decreasing. Between 1960 to 1980, average population growth in India was 24%, whereas the increase in food production was about 14%. It is in 1960 that Green Revolution was introduced in India. Green Revolution has the following requirements: to sow high-yielding or hybrid varieties, more irrigation, use of fertilizers, and use of pesticides. More irrigation increases salinity of soil, while fertilizers and pesticides cause pollution of soil, water, as well as air. The result is that the first Green Revolution became ineffective by 2000. We are now thinking of a second Green Revolution, which may be based upon biotechnology and genetic engineering. Hence, it may be better designated as Gene Revolution. Due to population explosion, forest is converted to cultivable land and cultivable land to residential colonies and multi-story buildings. The natural jungles are converted into cement concrete jungles. Along with population explosion, the other reasons for world food problems are cultivation of cash crops. In most of the countries, the farmers prefer to grow cash crops like cotton, jute, sugarcane, and rubber. The result is that the production of cereals is affected. It is therefore necessary to maintain the balance between cash crops and cereals. Quality of food. When quantity of grains is increased, the quality decreases. Quality food should contain carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, and minerals. According to World Food Survey, every person should get food having calorie value 2,550 to 2,650 calories per day. In the world, about 12% population suffers from malnutrition. Deficiency of protein causes Kwashiorkor disease, while deficiency of vitamin A causes vision defects and deficiency of iron causes anemia, that is, loss of blood. Unequal production. Countries like America, Canada, Brazil, and Argentina have more cultivable land available, and the farmers are also progressive. Therefore, per hectare production is more as compared to India, where the farmers are using classical methods of cultivation and land available is also less.
In India, there is a shortage of cultivable productive land. Thus, farm sizes are too small to support a family on farm produce alone. Moreover, with each generation, farms are being subdivided. Poor environmental agricultural practices such as slash and burn, shifting cultivation, or RAB, that is wood ash cultivation, also degrade the forests.
Natural hazards. Natural calamities such as irregular rains, drought, frost, and hailstorm affect the production. In the year 2010-2011, Madhya Pradesh had to face irregular rains and hailstorm. The crops of gram and vegetables were badly affected, and a few farmers went to the extent of committing suicide. Purchasing capacity. Poverty is a curse for developing countries. Grains are available in government godowns, but poor people have no money to purchase the same. Dr. Amartya Sen, Nobel laureate and learned economist, had pointed out that government should frame such policies so that the persons below poverty line may be supplied food grains at subsidized rates. Government of India and some state governments are more actively working in this direction. Food habits. Most of the countries depend on cereals as staple food. Only 2% of the world population uses fish as a source of food. Fisheries is an important source of protein in many parts of the world. This includes both marine and freshwater fish. While the supply of food from fisheries has increased phenomenally between 1950 to 1990, in several parts of the world, fish catch has since dropped due to overfishing. In 1995, FAO reported that 44% of the world's fisheries are fully or heavily exploited. 16% are already overexploited. 6% are depleted, and only 3% are gradually recovering. Canada had to virtually close down cod fishing in the 1990s due to the severe depletion of its fish reserves.
Modern fishing technologies using mechanized trawlers and small meshed nets leads directly to overexploitation, which is not sustainable. It is evident that fish have to breed successfully and obviously need to have time to grow if the yield has to be used sustainably. The small traditional fishermen who are no match for these trawler type of fishing are the worst affected by these developments.
Sea algae is also a very good source of food. Japan is making use of sea algae to the extent of 25% as a source of daily diet. Countries like India can also follow Japan. Pollution. Pollution is the burning problem for food production. Soil erosion, salinity, and urbanization are also affecting food production. Change is caused by modern agriculture and overgrazing. Due to increase in population, modern methods are used in order to obtain maximum yield from minimum land area. New forest areas are converted into agricultural land and grazing grounds. This has led to the following changes. Decrease in forest cover. To meet the food grain demand of increasing population, forests are cut and converted to agricultural land and grassland. Developed countries are carrying out dairy farming as an industry. For this purpose also, forests are converted to grazing lands. Removal of forest cover disturbs the balance of nature because forest is an ecosystem. Destroying an ecosystem means playing with nature. This can lead to catastrophe at any time. United Nations has declared 16th October as World Food Day from 1979 onwards to create awareness regarding the proper distribution of food grains at world level. Soil erosion. Due to overgrazing, the surface soil becomes loose and is eroded by water and wind. According to Indian Council of Agricultural Research, about 15 crore hectares of land have been eroded. Jhum cultivation. Tribals of Assam cut forest and set it on fire so that minerals get mixed in the soil. For few years, they grow cereal crops on this area and then shift to new place and repeat the same operation. This is called Jhum cultivation or shifting cultivation or swidden cultivation. Even today, the tribals are practicing this Jhum cultivation in 30 lakh hectare area of forest per year. Problem of fertilizers. Use of fertilizers is related to modern agriculture. Nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium are considered as critical elements. To meet the demand, urea, NPK, and grow more are added in plenty to the agricultural fields. After their use by the crops, a lot of fertilizer is left in the soil, therefore chemical structure of the soil changes. Earthworms, the friends of farmers, have disappeared due to saturation of soil by chemical fertilizers. Due to surface runoff, plenty of fertilizers flow to nearby lakes, rivers, and other water bodies, causing water pollution. Use of chemical fertilizers is called Grey Revolution, which has nullified the effects of Green Revolution. The following table shows the use of chemical fertilizers in different seasons in 1,000 tons.
Soil is now toxic because of excessive use of chemical fertilizers, fungicides, pesticides, and because of that soil is not able to produce enough food. Then this certain chemicals which are having carcinogens in it, this has entered our food chain and it is affecting our population. Young boys and girls of about 30 to 40 years, they are getting the problem of cancer, they are getting the problem of diabetes.
According to the Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers, New Delhi, the state consumption of fertilizers in 1,000 tons during 2001 and 2002 was. From the chart, it is clear that consumption of fertilizer has been maximum in Punjab and degradation of land is also maximum in this state. Actually, land degradation problem exists in every state and even at world level, but countries like India cannot afford it in view of more population and shortage of cultivable land. At world level, about 5 to 7 million hectares of farmland is degraded every year. Nitrate fertilizers through surface runoff have reached deeper layers in soil in Rajasthan and have become part of drinking water. Nitrate in water gets converted to nitrite in our body. Nitrate mixes with blood, resulting in methemoglobinemia, causing blue baby syndrome. Problems due to pesticides. Pesticides are synthetic chemicals which include insecticides, fungicides, weedicides, and rodenticides. High-yielding varieties, which are the basis of Green Revolution, are easily attacked by insects, hence use of pesticides is necessary. DDT, dichlorodiphenyl trichlorothane, was the common insecticide used after 1960. DDT causes air pollution, soil pollution, as well as water pollution. Not only this, it is non-biodegradable and persistent, and hence through food chain it reaches man. At each food level, its concentration increases 10 times. Suppose concentration of DDT sprayed over the crop is 1 ppm. Through surface runoff, it will enter in water bodies like lakes and ponds. From water, it enters in algae, where its concentration shall be 10 ppm. Algae is eaten by fish. Here its concentration shall be 100 ppm. Fish is eaten by man. Therefore, in man, its concentration shall be 1000 ppm. This is called biological amplification. USA has banned DDT from 1962. In India, DDT has been banned for agricultural purposes from 1985. It is also reported that in Punjab, pesticides are becoming the cause of stomach cancer. Farmers are misusing insecticides to commit suicide during the failure of crops. In Warangal district of Andhra Pradesh, 500 farmers committed suicide by consuming insecticide endosulfan when cotton crop failed. In the year 2010, 7 farmers in Madhya Pradesh are reported to have committed suicide by consuming insecticide because their kharif crops were damaged by frost, hailstorm, and other natural calamities. According to Journal of Indian Farming, published by CSIR, for production of 1,000 tons of apple in Himachal Pradesh, about 1 ton of pesticide is used, and a minute quantity persists which enters our body when such fruits are consumed. In Bangalore, vegetables like brinjal, chili, lady's finger, cabbage, cauliflower, potatoes, tomatoes, and cucumber were found to have retained pesticides from 1 to 5 ppm. According to the famous agricultural chemist Goef, modern agriculture can claim 2 achievements: diseases and pests. States like Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Haryana, and Karnataka have started organic farming. They are getting good returns out of it.
Question is raised by adopting sustainable farming or organic farming or alternate farming. Will it be possible for us to feed every living being? Our population is increasing. My answer is that I am working since last 30 to 40 years on this particular aspect. I continued my work say on my own farm with the object to serve our Annadata, because Annadata, they are producing food, but they are not getting us a sufficient remuneration from agriculture. And if you want that remuneration should increase, then they will have to revert back to nature, nearer to nature, or say integrated approach will have to be adopted. This is possible. People say that in chemical era, say there is no say the scope for integrated approach. But I say that in our country, sufficient biomass is available. Per hectare area, 5 ton of biomass is there. Why it should be burned? So on the mother earth, nothing should be burned. All biomass should be converted into say organic manure. We are having biotechnology for quicker decomposition of organic manure, and by applying this organic manure, naturally we can increase soil living activities. Increase soil activities means increase availability of nutrition, increase percolation of water, increase aeration in the soil, and this makes say crop happy. Root zone particularly, rhizosphere is very good. Then the plants, they give their say maximum production and productivity.
Waterlogging and salinity. Dams and streams are used for irrigation. Excess water, which is unable to flow away, causes waterlogging. After evaporation, salts are left behind, resulting in non-fertile Usar soil. In India, about 70 lakh hectares agricultural land has been converted to Usar soil. The problem of salinity is common in Punjab, Haryana, and Uttar Pradesh. Other states are Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, and Gujarat. The problem of salinity can be solved by taking kharif crop under rarefied conditions and rabi crop through irrigation. Food security.
The earth can only supply a limited amount of food. If the world's carrying capacity to produce food cannot meet the needs of the growing population, anarchy and conflict will follow. Thus, food security is closely linked with population control through family welfare programs. It is also linked with the availability of water for farming. Food security is possible only when food is equitably distributed to all, but many of us waste a large amount of food carelessly, and this eventually places a great stress on our environmental resources. Another major concern is the support needed for small farmers so that they remain farmers rather than shifting to urban centers to become unskilled industrial workers. International trade policies relating to an improved flow of food across national borders, from those who have a surplus to those who have a deficit, that is, in the underdeveloped or developing countries, is another major issue which is of concern to the planners who deal with international trade practices and policies. Dumping of foodstuff, which is underpriced, produced in developed countries onto the markets in undeveloped countries, results in undermining crop prices and forces farmers to adopt unsustainable techniques of farming in order to compete.
Loss of genetic diversity. Multinational seed companies push few commercial varieties and farmers adopt them in view of more production. The result is that several local varieties are lost. Lanji variety of rice in India is no more available now.
As per some estimations, if plant genetic losses worldwide are not slowed down, as many as 60,000 plant species will be lost by the year 2025, and this accounts for almost 25% of the world's total plant species. The most economical way to prevent this is by expanding the coverage and network of our protected areas.
The world needs a second green revolution which shall be based upon soil conservation, organic farming, vermiculture, farming on hill slopes, checking land degradation and desertification, crop rotation, checking water pollution, encouraging drip irrigation, managing watersheds, rainwater harvesting, effective population control programs, use of alternative food sources such as mushroom and marine algae, encouraging fisheries because fish is an important source of protein and fats. Fats of fish are rich in polyunsaturated fatty acids. Hence, they are safe for heart patients also.
Second green revolution is inevitable. Without that we cannot survive. How to go for second green revolution? That will be around cattle. Available cattle population should be used, available biomass should be used, available bioagents should be used, and that will form the basis for the second green revolution. And second green revolution is possible through sustainable farming, through alternate farming, through organic farming.